It's time for Thirsty Thursday. Yeah, here we go. Paul Gilson, the Pipe Guy, live from Rochester, New York. It's Thirsty Thursday. Grab a pint of beer and that pipe you love oh so dear. Oh, yeah. Figured we'd kick this one off with a little Van Halen, Hot for Teacher. Yeah. I loved that song when I was in high school. Oh, man. So, we have, for our first pipe, is a gorgeous Savinelli Porto Servo bowl number 140 KS. And she's a beauty. I bought this one brand new. Oh, yeah. Definitely a gorgeous pipe. And in it, we have some Churchwarden plug tobacco. I have 3 different kinds of plug tobacco that I own so far. That's all I have. I have Spark Plug, I have the Churchwarden, and then I have straight from the UK, which really cost me, but it's been well worth it, is Rever. Yeah. You can get it here in the United States, but you're going to pay, I don't know, $50 to get it here for, I don't know, 2 or 2.5 ounces, but well worth it. The Spark Plug you can buy off of pipesandcigars.com for under $12 a tin. Comes in a tin like this. You've all seen it before. Beautiful spark plug image on there with a Union Jack. That's great plug tobacco. Very smoky, earthy, nutty taste. Strong. Great tobacco. And then the Churchwarden is just kind of in between. I mean, it's just great plug. Comes in strips. And, you just chop it up. I never thought I would smoke plug tobacco, but I am now, and I'm starting to enjoy it a lot. So in the second pipe, we have a beautiful K. Woody Standard bowl number 07. Yeah. And that pipe, the Savinelli that I just showed you, I bought brand new a few months ago, 6 months ago, whatever. This one, I don't remember when I purchased it, but it's probably dates back to the 40s, 50s at the latest, I'm guessing. But it's a great smoker. K. Woody Standard with Prince Albert in it. Yeah. An American staple. First time that this pipe has had Prince Albert in it. I ordered, I don't know, 8 or 10 ounces of it. That's all I could find. As far as Prince Albert, just to kind of clear things up for everyone, from my understanding, some people have said that they've discontinued Prince Albert altogether. But some of my subscribers that have been smoking for a very long time, that love Prince Albert, basically just said the factory shut down producing it for the winter. They're resuming it now in the spring, which it's May 6th, 2021. And by summer, it'll be back out on the market. So I hope that's true, but I've heard more of that story than they're never going to produce it again. I can't imagine not producing Prince Albert because there's so many people love it. And it's a great tobacco, I searched for it and searched for it and searched for it, and finally I found someone who had a little bit of it, and I purchased it. So I have 8 or 10 ounces of it. So we'll light up our beautiful K-Woody Standard bowl number 07. And the thing with K-Woodies, as most of you probably know, they have a stinger system. This particular one has 3 holes. One in the top, 2 in the sides. Okay, that's considered a 3-hole stinger. Some of them go crossways, this way and that way, in an X pattern. That's a 4-hole stinger. This one's only a 3-hole stinger. Then it goes down into this receptacle here, and the smoke goes into your mouth. And their idea behind this, which actually is a great idea, is that the aluminum, or for my friends across the pond, the aluminium metal in this, when the smoke passed through it, they stated it would take it from 850 degrees down to 85 degrees. That's a beautiful example of a K-Woody. Some of the K-Woodies that have the smaller holes and so forth have a heavier draw. And actually, a lot of the old guys, you know, back in the 30s and 40s, they would just chop this thing right off. Don't ever buy a K-Woody vintage pipe with a chopped off stinger. I mean, unless you can get it for $5 or $10, $15 at the most. But you want that stinger intact. It really affects the value if it's been cut off. And the reason why these old guys would cut them off, better draw. You know, but this isn't a bad draw. Let's compare it to my Savinelli. Probably about 20% less draw on this than off of my Savinelli, which doesn't have any stinger system or anything. So let's light up our Prince Albert for our Thirsty Thursday. Yeah. How's everybody's week been? I hope good. Oh, this K-Woody's definitely loving this Prince Albert. I'm positive that it's had Prince Albert in it before, you know. Oh, yeah. Good pipe tobacco. I started out 2 years ago, and alls I would smoke for a year was Captain Black Cherry Aromatic, which I have mason jars upon mason jars full of that. And never thought I'd smoke anything else, but then I started trying different things and started seeing different blends offered on YouTube, different people doing reviews on pipe tobacco, and so I tried a different one. And I've got my favorites. This K-Woody Standard smokes so good. And she's so beautiful. The briar on this is flawless. But then again, K-Woody used to own their own briar company, so they got all of the top of the best picks, the best briar went to make K-Woodies. And then they would pass the other, what you'd call seconds, I guess, or briar that wasn't premium briar, off to Yellow Bowl and some of the other companies. but I've never bought a K-Woody that's had a factory fill. A factory fill is where the pipe maker will be making the pipe, and all of a sudden they'll run into a hole in the wood, which they call a sand hole, because briar grows in dirt, and sometimes it will encapsulate some of that dirt within the briarwood. And when you have that happen, then the pipe maker would have to fill it with whatever they filled it with. I don't know, wood putty or whatever they used. But none of the K-Woody pipes that I have, and I have over 60 K-Woodies, vintage K-Woodies. And none of them have any factory fills, just gorgeous briar. So, oh yeah, Prince Albert. Can't believe it's Thursday already. The week has just flown by. Started my welding test today, which basically is not a written test. You have to take 2 plates of 3/4 inch steel, almost meet them together within 1/8 of an inch apart, and then they have 45-degree grinds down, and you have to fill that 45 degrees where they meet, which creates a 90. Fill it with welds. One weld, another weld, another weld, another weld, another weld. And if you screw up and overlap one a little bit, or some of your weld kind of lops over, you got to grind it out, do it again. I'm about 3/4 of the way done with that test. That's coming out good so far. I'll finish my test up tomorrow. And then what they do to make sure you pass the test is they take both those plates that now are welded together and they send them off and x-ray them. And if there's any voids where your welds are, you fail. If there's no voids, you pass, and then I will be a certified welder. There's a million different certifications in welding now. It's a skill, but it's also kind of like, you have a million different courses you can take in college or whatever. They got certifications for, there's a million different certifications for aluminum, welding that. A million different certifications for regular steel, welding that. A million different certifications on titanium, and a million different certifications on stainless steel. So a lot of the welders that have been doing it a long time, they got a book that thick, a folder that thick of all their certifications that they passed. So I'm pretty stoked about it. Yeah. Thirsty Thursday. Got my Busch beer here that I just opened up. 2 of them sitting right here for Thirsty Thursday. Cheers, everyone. Cheers. Hope you have a pipe and you're smoking with me. Yes. All right. So Miss Savinelli is looking awful lonely over here with our church warden plug tobacco in it. So why don't we fire her up with our church warden plug. Yeah. I haven't smoked this in a while. Mm. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. That is an all-day smoke. Mm. Yeah. Just a great medium-bodied, unbelievable tobacco. And I like preparing the plug tobacco. You know, I put it on a wooden cutting board. I take an extremely sharp old-timer jackknife that I keep razor sharp. I cut down little 1/8 inch and thick sections. You know, on the church warden, I did 3 of those. That was enough to fill up the pipe. Oh, yeah. On your thicker plug, sometimes you'll only cut 2 1/8 inch sections off, and that's enough to fill, you know, your pipe, and sometimes more. Like with my spark plug, I'll cut 2 1/8 inch sections off, rub it out. It's more than enough to fill a pipe, and the rest of it I put under the plug and just keep it in there. And then it's ready for the next time. But I just love slicing it. Then you rub it out in your fingers on the cutting board, make sure it's nice and fine. Yeah. So tomorrow's May 7th, which my son that I lost on February 22nd of this year from a heroin overdose. It would be his 31st birthday, and I don't suppose I'm going to post something on Facebook. Thank the Lord I had almost 31 years with him, and just go on with my day. Yeah, May 7th, he'd be 31. He was 25 years old when he was born. Yeah. What a waste. All because of a heroin overdose. Yeah. But we're not here to talk about stuff like that. Let's enjoy our pipes. And I'm going to enjoy my bush beer too. Ah, yes. Mm. The church warden tobacco, when I first tried it out, I didn't really know what to think of it. Which happens with a lot of new tobaccos that you try. And I don't know, all the 3 different plug tobaccos that I have are pretty strong. They're bold. You light up your pipe, you prepare the plug tobacco, cut it up, rub it out, fill your pipe. Light it up in anticipation. And then sometimes you just really don't know what to think of the blend you're trying. sometimes you instantly fall in love with the blend you're trying. I mean, first time I tried Captain Black, I fell in love with it. Uh, First time I tried Butternut Burley, I fell in love with it. And vanilla custard, as soon as I opened that bag, I was like, I hope this is going to taste like it smells, and it sure does. And absolutely fell in love with that. I tried some apple cherry aromatic, and at first it was good, but then I don't know. I put it in mason jars and as it's aged, it doesn't do much for me anymore. Oh yeah, this Churchwarden is really good. hmm I think we'll retry the apple aromatic again, maybe for two for Tuesday, and definitely try this Northwest Trek. Northwest Trek. Yeah, definitely got to try that again. I've only smoked that once, and I can't remember even my feelings on it. Mm. Tell you what, these Savinellis, they make a great pipe. I got a little blonde Savinelli over here somewhere. Yeah, here she is. My little blonde petite Savinelli. As you can see, it's a smaller bowl, but she's a great smoker. I think I'll use her for two for Tuesday next week. Yeah, she's been a little ignored. I think she's feeling like she's ready to leave me or something. But she won't. She knows I love her. Ah, yes. Mm. Pipe smoking just is so relaxing and just. I'm glad I started smoking pipes 2 years ago. I actually started smoking pipes. My first pipe I ever bought, which is right here, which is a Dr. Graybow. There it is right there, slightly bent stem. I bought that brand new. That was $50. And that's well broken in. Smoked that for 6 or 8 or 9 months. And then I was like, well, I need to get another pipe. And then I started looking at, I don't know how I came across K-Woody pipes, but I fell in love with K-Woody pipes. Just started collecting them. And now, like I said, I have about 60 vintage K-Woody pipes. Some of them are worth quite a bit. I bought plenty of new pipes. It's that in itself is an addiction. Collecting pipes. I haven't bought a new pipe in probably about a month or so. So I suppose I'm due, right? I've been working very hard. When I get my welding certification, my first welding certification, I am going to reward myself with another new pipe. Like I needed another one. Come on. If it makes you happy, why not do it, If it's in your budget and so forth. It's not like I'm going to buy a $200 pipe. Might look for another nice Mr. Bragg. Although I do own one Dunhill. And the one Dunhill I own, they were asking $200 on eBay for it, and they had to make an offer. And the seller said they researched all the markings and all that on the pipe. The pipe looked brand new. I mean, it had been smoked, but it looked brand new. Very, very good condition. And they said it was made in 1937, which I did my own research and verified that. So I'd had a couple of Busch beers, and I was like, yeah, why not? They wanted 200. I made them an offer of $140, and the seller took it. I was like, oh, all right, pay now. But the Dunhill that I have is just a phenomenal smoking pipe. Unbelievable. One of my subscribers was like, I think he said he was 62 or 65 years old, and he's been smoking pipes for a long time, and decided he was going to give up the cash and actually buy a nice Dunhill. He must have spent $200-300. He says, I rewarded myself. Finally, I got a Dunhill. Yeah, there's lots of new pipe makers out there and so forth. Pipe smoking is making a very large comeback. And, I think people want to relax and have, I don't know, do any of you inhale your pipes? I mean, actually, the nurse at my physician's office, her husband's 76 years old. He inhales his pipes. My grandfather, Grandpa Gilson, was born in 1905. And I remember him smoking a pipe as long as I knew him, and he inhaled his pipes and lived to be 77. I mean, I can't inhale these things. I smoke cigarettes, but can't inhale this pipe stuff. I don't know. I mean, if I do 3 or 4 bowls, all of a sudden I get the hiccups, which tells me that, okay, the nicotine has gone through the capillaries, because the smoke I draw in my mouth has gone through my capillaries and veins and so forth. It gets absorbed into your system without inhaling. And I'll start hiccuping for a few minutes, and it's like, all right, time to be done with this for the night. So, anyways, going on almost 30 minutes. I hope everybody has enjoyed Thirsty Thursday. Yeah. Did you guys like the intro, guys and girls? Oh, yeah. So, tomorrow's Friday, and then there's the weekend. I hope everyone has a great weekend, and always remember to love one another and be kind to each other. Even if that other person is a jerk, do your best to love them and be kind. Anyways, this concludes Thirsty Thursday. God bless. Paul the Pipe Guy, live from Rochester, New York. Over and out. Happy pipe smoking, pipe smokers. Love one another.